everybody. Oh my gosh. Happy fall. I guess it's kind of like happy end of the summer. Fall. I mean, for me, it feels like fall because, kids have gone back to school. Hold on. I'm going to do a post real quick to make sure everyone in our community gets this. Join me live now. All right. There we go. Hi. You guys, it has been so long since I have been live on here with you. So I would love to know who is joining us live today. If you would just announce yourself in the comments, say hello, whether you're on YouTube or you're in our Facebook group or on my Facebook page. I would love to say hi. Hi, Na. Am I saying that right? Na, me? Is that right? I saw your name come up. And so let me know if I'm mispronouncing it. I just saw you come up in our in my chat in our Facebook group. And so it's exciting. I'm excited to meet you. I'm excited that you're joining me today. Okay, so here's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. It's kind of an update. Mostly I missed you all. So I just wanted to kind of have some time to connect with you. If you don't know, I have taken a sabbatical this last summer. I took the months of June, July, and most of August off to focus on my family. I'm going to share with you a little bit today about, what that was all about, why I decided to take a sabbatical, what I learned during that sabbatical, and also how we managed to keep our business going, keep Beauty Boss going over those 2.5 months when I stepped back. So we'll be talking about that. And then I want to share with you some things I've got coming up in the fall, available for both those who are Beauty Boss Pro members who are using the Dream Machine, and also to those of you who are just in our community who are part of what we're doing here. Just some things that I got some real good clarity this summer. And so it was really wonderful to just kind of get my head on straight and to figure out what we wanted to do here moving forward. So hopefully you guys are as excited as I am about some of these things coming up. So hey, Kelly, hey, Carolyn, so excited you guys are joining us. Again, if you just started watching, please say hi in the comments. I'd love to see you and say hi. And I know we have some new faces and some old faces. So bear with me. I'm a little rusty at this. It's been a while since I've gone live. So let me just talk about kind of what was going on this summer. So I did decide to take the summer off. Many of you, I don't know if you know this or you don't know this, but I have been hustling my business, starting with my Mary Kay business and now Pink Beauty Boss. I have been hustling nonstop for 15 years. Nonstop. And I mean, I've taken a break to go on vacation. The longest break I took was when I was postpartum after having my 2 babies. But besides that, you guys, I have been just pounding the pavement and burning the candle at both ends, and working really hard to first build my Mary Kay business and also to build something here with you and to do this with you. I'm very passionate about what I do. Those of you who've been with me for a while, I know that you know that about me. But sometimes when we are super passionate about things, we can get sucked in and we can get, it can become too much and we start neglecting some of the other things in our lives. And that's kind of what was happening to me. I came to a point in the spring. It was right after we released the Dream Machine. And you guys, that launch was awesome, but it was also extremely stressful at the same time. Because when you launch something new, there's always a lot of kinks and there's a lot of things we got to fix and things we got to have done and things we promise people that we want to follow through with. And I was extremely stressed out. I was burning out. I don't know. I'll just tell you some of the other things that I had going on in my life besides this business. And I still work my Mary Kay business. I work with my customers there. I also have 2 young children, 2 boys, 6 and 9. Oliver, my youngest, has special needs. He has Down syndrome. And up until maybe a year ago, he was an easy kid. And he just kind of went with the flow, and he just kind of tagged along with us. And about a year ago, he started getting a mind of his own, and he started wanting his own way. And if you do have special needs children, especially children who are not verbal, which Oliver is not verbal yet, it caused there were a lot of things going on in our house. He's an eloper. He would be running off from us. So there was always just this Hawkeye, just where is he? Struggles with potty training. Yes, he's 6 and it's taken us, we still have not gotten him potty trained. Things with like rigidity and resistance at home. We're just causing, and I don't want to say cause, like he wasn't causing a problem, but it was another level of stress that I was dealing with here at home. I also run the addiction ministry at my church. I'm on the worship team at my church. And then we do, and then I'm just doing all the basics of running a family, being the PTA with the kids. And I just had a lot on my plate. Can anybody relate to that? Like, tell me if you can relate to having just a ton on your plate. I know you can, because you guys are like me. And I came to kind of my breaking point this spring where I was like, something's got to give. Like I don't have anything left. Things started breaking down, right? Like I felt like I had too many computer windows open and my computer was freezing, right? That was kind of where I was at. And I really felt like God laid on my heart to take a break this summer and to focus on my kids. And what was really interesting is over a year ago, I got my official certification with the John Maxwell team as a coach, a trainer, and a speaker. And a part of that, our coach training, we get trained by Valerie Burton, who is one of the like top coaches in the world. And she's a great coach trainer. So she wrote this book. It's called It's About Time. And I was reading her book and I was learning from her. And she also wrote this course to go along with it. It's a 12-week course to go along with called that goes along with the book. And I started kind of just studying that on my own. And one of the things that she said in there, and that book, most of the time, a time management book for me has always been like, how do I fit more in? How do I be more efficient? How do I do more of what I want to do and use my time more efficiently? This book is kind of a different take. It's about how to create more margin in your life, how to prioritize your life and figure out what's important to you. So one thing that she says in this book is she said, having empathy for your future self, and ask yourself this question: what decision will future Brittany wish I had made right now? And you guys, every time I've, thought about my future self, often the answer was like, I wish I'd worked my business harder. I wish I had I wish I had moved up to Cadillac. I wish I had achieved this, achieved that, all that in my business. But this time my answer was, I will have wished I spent more time with my kids, because my oldest is 9. And I realized I maybe have 1, 2, maybe 3 summers left that he actually wants to be around me. And I had a special needs son that we had some significant challenges that we had to address and to deal with. And so when I asked my future self that, what will my future self wish I had decided to do this summer? The answer was, I wish I would have stepped back from my business and focused on being a mom right now and spending that quality time with my kids. And so I feel like God really laid that on my heart. So I would ask you to ask yourself that question about your future self. What decision right now will your future self wish you had made right now? Where will they have wished that you spent your time? And so I really knew that I wanted to take a step back. And so I'm going to tell you how I did that in just a minute. But so I did. I felt like God laid that on my heart, that was what I was going to do. And so I made that choice. And you guys are going to laugh, because if you know me at all, you know I'm like type A personality. Like I'm the definition of type A personality. And so first day of summer vacation. Okay. So I'm like, I'm going to have a laid back, carefree summer, and we're just going to go with the flow. Guess what my type A self did first day of summer? Let's sit down and plan my laid back summer. So I started writing, what are my lists and my goals I want to get done this summer? And I was like, what is going to be my new morning routine? And what is the structure that we're going to have, right? Okay, you see where this is going? Right, so that was what I did on day 1, summer vacation, when the kids are home from school. And I started having like an anxiety attack, like sick to my stomach. I start having hyperventilating. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? And so I took a moment and I just prayed, and I was like, why am I feeling like this? And you guys, I'm sure you saw it sooner than I did, okay? Because you're probably listening to this and you're like, duh, you're trying to plan your laid back summer. But in praying, I felt like God was speaking to me and said, I want you to take all the plans off the table. I want you to wake up when I tell you to wake up. I want you to trust me to plan your day, to get the things done that need to be done. I want you to trust me to create your list of things you need to do. And I want you to just be totally in tune to where I'm leading you this summer. And you guys, that was really, really scary for me. I'm like, you can't seriously mean that. Like, you can't seriously mean you don't want me to set an alarm. Like, what if I forget this? And I've got all these things I need to do, and kids need structure, right? And it was honestly one of the hardest things, but I truly believe that's what I was being called to do. And so I wish I could tell you I did it perfectly. I still kept going back to my idols of making my list from time to time and be like, no, stop, right? So I've had a very interesting summer. And so it's been a very interesting experiment. I've been implementing a lot of those things that I learned in that book. It's About Time. And so, and I'm going to tell you more about that book in just a second, but what really made this possible, okay, I would not have been able to do this without, number one, having automations set up in my business for things to be automated that are normally things that I would have been doing manually. Two, to have my team. You guys, like Team Beauty Boss, they really stepped in. So I just want to give a shout out to all of them. You guys, they have been managing the Facebook group here. They have been handling all of our customer service. They've basically been my gatekeeper to protect my piece. They've been taken on, like, they've been going in the front and they've been handling things, and they've been covering things, and they've been just making sure that things are running smoothly, so that I really only had to step in when there was an issue that only I could handle. And I had to do it only a couple times because they are amazing. So would you guys all do me a favor? Would you please, because you might not even realize how much they have been doing here to keep things going in Beauty Boss. If you are running on the Dream Machine, I'm sure you know how much these women have been doing as concierges to keep the Dream Machine running, to make sure that you have access to your stuff. So would you please take a minute? If you're watching, will you please say thank you to Team Beauty Boss? That's Karen Hardy, Lynn Gouge, Amanda Prince, Abby Kowalski, and Ellery Branyan. These 5 women really saved the day, saved the summer. And so, so if you can, would you just thank them in the comments, tag them in the comments, and thank them for all that they have done, because they really, like, they stepped up to the plate and they allowed me to be able to have that time with my family. Okay, so that's done though. I am so excited to be back. But what was great about taking that time off, that time to breathe, that pause, I was able to get clear on a lot of things, and I was able to be excited about coming back. Before, I was burning out. You guys, I was burning out. I didn't have much left to give. And now that I've been refueled and I've been refreshed, I am just so excited to be jumping back in here with you today. So I was like, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go live, and I'm going to go spend some time with you. I'm going to chat with you, and I'm going to catch you up. So I'm going to tell you what we've got going on here in the summer, or in this fall coming up. Hopefully that is exciting to you. I want to highlight Kelly. Kelly just said an amazing comment about Karen. And Karen, if you're watching, I want you to read this. Karen has been amazing. She keeps touching base with me, even though the minute I get into it, I completely freeze and shut down and don't do anything. But I feel like she's still there, my biggest cheerleader once I get things going. You guys, that is Karen. Like, she is your biggest cheerleader. She is amazing. Kelly, thank you for saying that here about her. Like, seriously, like, Karen has been incredible. She's our concierge leader. So she is there, like, overseeing the setup of all of our accounts. So she's incredible. I don't know if you know this about Karen, but Karen is a coach. She has been a certified life coach since before I knew her. She's incredible. She coaches me from time to time, but she just decided that she really loved doing admin stuff, and she loves this stuff. So that's why she wanted to come in as my right-hand person, because she feels she just has a gifting here and wanted to step back from coaching. But she is still always a coach. And so just so you guys know, like, she comes from that background. So whenever she is working with you, she is always thinking about how can she encourage you and how can she help you to be the best that you can be. So she's awesome. I could say something about every single one of these women on here. Maybe we will at the end. But I'm just, and you might not even know you've interacted with them. Like Amanda and Abby have been handling this Facebook group, but they go in under my account. So I'm sure you've been interacting with them. They're interacting with your comments. They're posting in our Facebook group. They're doing a lot of that. You know, I'm going to say something about all these ladies. And then we got Lynn and we got Ellery, who are our concierges. They're the ones who are setting up the account. Lynn is like an incredibly brilliant tech person. She's amazing at setting up your phone system, setting up your websites. She is incredible at automations. She has helped us with anytime we've had like an issue where something wasn't working right. Lynn has been incredible at just being able to diagnose it. If you've talked to her on the phone at all, she's the most patient person you will ever meet. And she just gets where we are. Lynn's also a former sales director, so she totally gets it. And then, of course, Ellery, you guys know, has been with me for a long time, for a few years. Ellery has stepped back because she is growing her family and she is homeschooling her daughter, Josie. And so she has stepped back and is just a concierge now. And really, Karen has stepped into the role that Ellery was doing. So you guys, I just can't say enough about my team. And I would say to you, if like you guys, this is the key. It's delegation, it's automation. There is no woman that you see or man that you see, entrepreneurs online, who are doing it all that does not have help. They do. Everybody has help, whether it is technology or whether it is a physical person. Everybody out there who is successful has some sort of help. They are not doing everything themselves. It is too much running a business. Do you all agree? Like, it's way too much running a business. Okay, so where am I, Brittany? Okay, so I want to talk about that. It's about time book, because as you guys know, as I said, like, I was going through that book, I was studying it, and I am licensed to actually teach that course. And so that is what our mastermind is. I am teaching that as our mastermind this fall, starting on September 2nd. So maybe you've seen all the posts about it. You guys, like, I cannot stress this enough, how much this has changed my life. I have so much more clarity. I know what my priorities are. My schedule now reflects my priorities. So what we do is it's a 12-week mastermind. And it is not just about fitting everything in. It is not just about reaching your goals. We are going to talk about reaching your goals for sure, but it's about reaching your goals with margin. It's about evaluating what's important to you and leaving the space for those things in your life so that we are not hustling 24/7. So it's going to start week 1. We're actually going to do what's called a time budget. And we're going to all go through, where are you spending your time where? And we're going to go down this list and we're going to really calculate, where are you spending your time? And then we're going to go through and we're going to talk about your priorities. And we're going to be like, does your time align with your priorities? We're going to talk about things like tech addiction that is totally stealing our time. We're going to talk about things that are things that like maybe balancing, like time where we have issues saying no to things and why we have that, and fixing those boundaries and creating those boundaries so that we really are like living in the zone that is in best alignment with us. We're going to talk about things like how our history has shaped the way we do time now. Because I'll tell you, one big thing that I learned that was just an eye-opener for me is our technology. If our ancestors looked at the technology we have dishwashers and laundry machines, and we have a cell phone that we can call people at the drop of a hat. We have the information age where we don't have to go to a library. We can get anything we need on the phone. We have AI and we have automations that do so much of this stuff for us. Our ancestors would have looked at this and been like, they're going to have so much free time. In fact, there was someone, and now I can't recall it, who she talks about in the book, who actually, he predicted that based on technology, we are going to have so much free time. But what have we done instead? Instead of taking that free time, we have filled it with other things. We have filled our free time. We have allowed technology to get more done. And rather taking that time to actually live our lives, we've filled it with more stuff. And so our brains are not designed to do this much stuff. How many of you feel that? How many of you are like, tell me in the comments, like, how many of you are like, yeah, I feel that. Like, there is too much. I am doing too much. The world is loud. The world is noisy. The world is fast. And I just want it to slow down. And so I have intentionally decided I am slowing down. I am digging my heels in to live my life at a slower pace. So we're going to talk about all that stuff, how to slow down, how to live that life at that slower pace, how to identify the parts of you that are possibly holding you back from that, the habits that we have, and really revamping this. And by the end of this 12-week mastermind, you are going to have a new budget for how you're going to spend your time, a very clear picture of what is important to you. You're going to have a list of power questions to ask yourself to basically coach yourself when you're in a situation where you're like, do I take this on? Do I not take this on? So we're gonna create that together. We're gonna build that together. And yes, I know many of you have these incredible goals, but let me tell you something. We're about to head into the holiday season, and you and I both know if you're busy now, all the stuff that's coming on here in the holidays is going to make it so much busier, not just in our personal lives, but in our retail lives as sellers during the holiday season. And if you don't have your head on straight, you're going to be running around like a crazy person, stressed out, burnt out, and unable to reach your goals, and definitely unable to keep going come January because we are so exhausted. We need to take a break, right? So this is why I've decided to do it this fall. We need to get this set now before we have the craziness of the holidays that are going to disrupt everything. So if you would like to do this mastermind, you guys, and I highly recommend it, I'm going to post the link here for you. This is, let me see, 2025 Mastermind. Okay. So I'm going to post this link here below. I'm also going to, so you go to pinkbeautyboss.com/2025 mastermind. And honestly, so that's where you sign up. It's going to give you all the information. There are tons of questions, like FAQs on there. If you have any other questions, I can answer them for you on here. I'm going to post this up here too. Let's do this. So this is where you go to sign up for the mastermind. If you are somebody who is sitting here and you're like, I have got to get my life together, this is for you. That is what we are going to do together this fall. It's 12 weeks. We have a Tuesday evening session that starts on September 2nd and a Thursday morning session that starts on September 4th. And it goes all the way up to the week before Thanksgiving. So I want to invite every single one of you to join me with this. This is going to be powerful. It's going to be incredible. And I can tell you personally, it has changed my life. And I want it to change yours too. It is that valuable. So that is that. Okay. Also, a couple other things. So I have decided this fall, normally I take on about 5 private coaching clients, and they're in a 12-week series with me. And we're doing an intense 12-week coaching program together. And it's been incredible. If you've been one of my clients, you know, it's awesome. I love working with you. But in my effort to slow down, I'm going to handle coaching a little differently this year, to make it, number one, to make it a little more flexible for everybody, to make it more affordable for those who want some one-on-one help and want some one-on-one strategy and coaching. And also to help you to reach your goals here as we are going into the second quarter of our seminar year. So I am offering, it's called the VIP Strategy Intensive. And basically, here's how it works, you guys. So what you're going to do is, if this is something that you want to do, is first you decide, okay, I'm going to do this. You're going to get an in-depth questionnaire. I mean, in-depth. It's going to take about 20 to 30 minutes to fill out. I'm going to ask you every possible question about your business. I'm going to ask you, what are your skill set? What's worked in the past? What's not working now? What are things you hate doing? And you know what? Most people put warm chatter. What are things, where are your opportunities? How big is your audience? I'm going to ask like all these questions. Where are you spending your time? What are you doing there? And I'm going to take all of that. I'm going to give you a full business analysis. I'm going to go through it and I'll be like, these are your opportunities you've got got available to you. These are some places that you may be missing. These are the patterns that I see in you. These are the activities that are not going to be a fit for you. And I'm going to create a custom plan for you to achieve a 12-week goal. You're going to choose your goal, and then I'm going to give you a custom step-by-step plan to achieve that 12-week goal based on everything in your business analysis. You guys, this thing is like 15 pages long. All right. This is like a full audit. And I'm going to give you all my best ideas. And then we're going to meet for a 25-minute strategy session to go over it together, to see what you think of it, make adjustments as needed, and to start you off on that path. So you have one thing to focus on to get you to that goal. One thing that I'm gifted at, I would say, is that I have as a special gift is the ability to see the single domino you need to knock down in order to reach the rest of your goals. So that is the point of this. It's finding what's the single domino that's going to knock all the rest down. And very often it takes some outside eyes to look at that and be like, these are the patterns. This is what you need. Focus on this. So you're going to get that full business analysis. You're going to get that customized plan for your 12-week goal. You're going to get a 25-minute session with me over Zoom that we will record, and you'll be able to rewatch. And then you're going to get 12 weeks of Voxer coaching with me. You guys, I have fallen in love with Voxer coaching. Those of you who've coached with me before, you know I love doing this. You guys, because so many times things come up that you don't want to wait till the next session, right? You're struggling with it right now. And so we've been doing Voxer back and forth, and it's great. And I handle these messages and we talk with each other, and I'm asking these questions. So you don't have to book a session. It's just in real time where we are Voxing back and forth. And what that is it's for me to coach you to implementation. So maybe you've got a day where you're like, I know I'm supposed to do this, but I am frozen. I don't know why, but I can't do what I'm supposed to do, and I can't get through it. And that is my job as your coach, to coach you through that. So you're going to get 12 weeks of one-on-one access to me, Voxer coaching. Normally, you guys, this package would be about $800. Right now, I am offering it to 12 people, okay? And we have already had 3 who have jumped on it. Some of you have gotten the email if you're a Beauty Boss member. So we have 9 spots left for $297. And so I'm only taking on 12 people because any more than that, I won't be able to give you my full attention. So if that is something that you are interested in, then I highly recommend you jump on that because those spots are filling up. So this is where you go for that. You're going to go to pinkbeautyboss.com/strategy-intensive. I will also put it in the comments here so that you can click right on that. So if that is something that is of interest to you, I would love to work with you. I would love to spend some one-on-one time with you and help you to reach those goals that you're looking to achieve here in the next 12 weeks. So that is how I'm handling coaching this quarter, rather than a high ticket like program where we're meeting every week for 12 weeks via Zoom. Instead, we're going to keep it more flexible and more affordable for you. So that is that there. So take a look at that and see if it fits you. Again, we have 9 spots left out of the 12, and I'm closing it off at 12 people because that's all I can handle. So, so there's that. So finally, the last thing I want to talk to you about is what we're going to be doing in the Dream Machine moving forward. And then I want to answer any questions you have about the Dream Machine. I know a lot of people have been asking questions. They've been like, can I have a meeting with you to talk about whether this is fit for me? And you guys, here's the deal. Like, I would love to have a meeting with every person who had questions about the Dream Machine, but I just don't have the bandwidth to do a Zoom meeting with every person who asks for one. So I'm going to answer some of your questions here. And I'm thinking regularly I'll go live to answer any questions you have about the Dream Machine. So if you do have a question about the Dream Machine, please put it in the comments here. So, oh, I guess that didn't work. Let's try that again. Okay. Put in the comments if you do have a question about the Dream Machine. But one thing that I do want to tell you is we have some updates that are coming out. We have some additional snapshots. If you are a Beauty Boss Pro member, where you already have the Dream Machine, these are going to be available to you free, included in your membership. Okay. So there's no extra charge for these. These are just, think of these as like add-on templates that you can add on. So the first one we're going to be coming out with this fall, and it's almost done, I'm hoping in the next couple weeks it'll be ready to go, is a Facebook group one. So those of you who've taken the Pink Powerhouse playbook, we are creating the templates so that you can do it right in your Dream Machine. So we're going to create a Facebook group one and all these scripts for managing your Facebook group. We also have the option for a what is called a plugin on Google Chrome to be able to help you to post to your Facebook and to manage your Facebook group members and their comments. So I'm currently testing that out right now. So once I know that that works well, then we will share that with you in the snapshots. So we're going to do that. We're also going to come out with an automated event, let's say automated event snapshot, where if you decide you want to do automated skincare classes, automated color classes, spa and recruiting classes, just like an automated webinar, we're going to be coming out with that for you this fall. And if we have time, the next one that I also have in mind is an ads campaign. So for those of you who are like, I would really love to start running ads, we're going to have an entire template for you. That'll just be plug and play. It'll make it super easy for you to run ads to your stuff to book people. So you can run it on Facebook or Instagram or even YouTube if you want to. So those are the 3 snapshots we've got coming out. So that is kind of what's on the horizon for those of you who are part of Beauty Boss Pro and using the Dream Machine that we've got available to you. So one other thing that we are thinking about that I keep getting asked about is if we are going to have a option in Spanish. And so here's the deal on that. I've been asked this by multiple people if we can have a Spanish version. I don't speak Spanish, and neither does anybody on Team Beauty Boss. So I would love to have it available in Spanish. I think that's a brilliant idea, but I have no idea how to translate it. So we are looking for a translator. So if you are bilingual and you would be interested in translating it for us, please reach out to us. In fact, you can reach right out to me. Let me give you my email here. Send me an email, say I am interested in being a translator for the Dream Machine. And we can talk about what that looks like and work that all out with you. But yeah, we need someone who speaks Spanish to translate it. So it's it. It's ready to go. We just need someone who can put it in Spanish. And none of us are equipped to do that. I mean, I suppose I could send things through ChatGPT, but I don't always trust what it comes back with. And I like to edit things. So I think it'd be great to have a human translate it for us, who that is, a native language for you. So if that is you, let us know. Email me and say, I'm interested in translating the Dream Machine to Spanish. Okay, so we got a question here from Me. She says, I was wondering if this is for brand new consultants and is the machine based on social media comments? So first of all, absolutely a brand new consultant can use the Dream Machine. We have it for any level. Okay. So I would recommend you do Spark. Spark is for consultants, whereas Ignite is more designed for directors who have a larger unit. Definitely if you're brand new, you can jump into the Dream Machine. Basically what the Dream Machine is going to do is it's going to run the tasks that you are already doing automated. So instead of you making your booking calls to book your first 30 faces for your Power Start, you can have the Dream Machine text those people for you and book them for you, and follow up with you and that sort of thing. So so no matter what level you're at, you can absolutely use the Dream Machine. And is it based on social media comments? Well, depending on what you mean by that, you can manage your Instagram comments and your Facebook page comments within the Dream Machine. You can also set up keywords for, like, let's say someone comments skincare, then you can have it automatically post a comment that says, hey, I'm sending you a message. And then it will send the message to them to give them a link to whatever it is that you want to send them to, whether it's a booking link to book a skincare session with you or what. So it can definitely do that in Instagram and your Facebook page. This plugin that we have that I'm testing out does have the capability to do it in your Facebook groups and on your Facebook profile, but you need a separate plug-in for it. And there is an extra charge, not to us, to the company that provides the plug-in service. And it will post to your Facebook group and all of that. But that's the only way you can do it for groups, because Facebook does not offer an API connection anymore to Facebook groups. And you can handle all of your messenger right in one place. So it's a single inbox. It's email, text, Facebook business messenger, and Instagram messenger. So it's all in one inbox, which is super cool. Nami, let me know if that doesn't fully answer your question. If you were asking something else and you need to clarify. But that's a really good question. So let me handle a couple questions that people have been asking, just in case you have those questions. The first one was, do we offer it in Spanish? The second question that I get a lot is it just for Mary Kay consultants? And here's the deal on that. And I know most of you watching this are probably Mary Kay consultants, because most of our group is. So it can be customized to anybody. The templates we have in there are designed for Mary Kay businesses. Okay, so it's going to ask to book a skincare class. It's going to ask to share the business opportunity, and all the facts about the business opportunity on your website. That template you get are going to be about the Mary Kay business opportunity. So it is definitely something for. It is definitely what's the word? Curated for Mary Kay businesses. That being said, you can totally edit it for your business, for any business that you have. If it's another direct selling business, that gets a little bit complicated, because I would need to know how your business works in order to create something for you. Does that make sense? Like, I know how the Mary Kay business works, so we would have to kind of work together to figure that out. Or you can just edit things as you need it. We are going to be coming out with a coaching snapshot, though. So if there's anybody in here who maybe does something closer to what I do, maybe you're a course creator or you're a coach, or maybe we've had some people who they have a book that they're selling and they're doing that. So we are creating a template for people who want to do that and run ads to that business. And basically, it is how I run Pink Beauty Boss, only you're going to get it in template form. And so that is something I'm working on too. I want to make sure I get those other snapshots out first, but that's one that I'm chipping away at, that hopefully we'll be able to offer in 2026. So that is so just so you know, it is designed for Mary Kay consultants right now. We are open to other direct selling companies and designing one for you, but we would need somebody first to really help us to create that and show us what you would need for your business, because all the direct selling businesses, they work a little differently, right? So hopefully that answers that question. Another question that I get asked a lot is, does it integrate with InTouch? And my answer to that is, I wish. Unfortunately, I've reached out to Mary Kay a few times, and they have told me that they do not integrate with any other programs. That being said, I know there are other programs that integrate with them, such as UnitWise or QT Office and Boulevard. And so we're kind of digging in there and trying to see how they're integrating with Mary Kay InTouch. But right now, we do not have that capability. That is probably one of the only aspects that is manual. Like when you have a new agreement come in from a new consultant, you then have to manually add them to the Dream Machine. It won't automatically import them. Same thing with like orders on your personal website. So just so you know, like we don't integrate with them. Same thing with ProPay. We don't integrate with ProPay, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, because a lot of people have had issues with ProPay. And so we recommend using Square Payments or Stripe, or you can even do PayPal with it. And you would just collect your payments on the Dream Machine using those other payment processors. They're actually less expensive than ProPay, the fees there. So that's a question that we get a lot, that people want to know. Another thing is pricing. People want to know, how much is the pricing for the Dream Machine? So we have 2 memberships for Mary Kay consultants. We have 3. One is Beauty Boss Pro Spark. That is our Mary Kay consultant membership. Okay, that one's for Mary Kay consultants, and that is at $79 a month. We have our Beauty Boss Pro Ignite. That is for Mary Kay directors. And I would say a DIQ would also, that would be a good fit for a DIQ. And that is $149 a month. And then we have our legacy program, which is, it kind of depends on a few factors. But that is for like top directors and nationals who want to get access for this to everybody in their unit or everybody in their area. So that's something that we would talk about, and just kind of that pricing is a little more custom, depending on where you are with that. So those are our three things from Mary Kay Consultants. For the Spark and the Ignite, there is a $300 concierge fee. That fee goes directly to the concierge to set up your account. Okay. That is to pay for their time. We have physical people actually setting up your account for you, and we need to pay them for their time. So that is what that fee is for. It is an optional fee, but I don't recommend you opt out of it unless you are super tech savvy, because let me just tell you, like, our concierges go through quite a bit of training to learn how to set up your account. And unless you are familiar with the Go High Level platform, with automations, with things like custom fields and merge tags and dynamic fields, like all of that, unless you are apprised of that and you're tech savvy, then I would say you definitely want the concierge to have the concierge set up. And then, but those of you who take the demo, who do our demo, has anybody here done the demo yet? Where you can actually demo it. Where is this? Where is my link for that? I think it's here. Yeah. You can actually demo the Dream Machine. You can try it out. And then if you take the demo, then you'll get a $100 coupon code. So you can get $100 off your concierge fee. So it's $200 instead of $300. The demo is super cool. If you haven't taken it yet, we basically have you go through it as a customer. We treat you as a customer. So we started off when you're like, I'm ready to start. We text you the booking text. Would you like to book with us? And when you say yes, then we say, okay, here is the link to book me. And then once you get booked, and it's all automated. And so then you book, and then we send you a reminder text to coach you to show up. And then you click on to show up for the appointment, and we got a video for you there. And then after that video is done, then you get a follow-up text, and we go through the buying process, the closing process with you, and then the recruiting process with you, and then all the way through as a new consultant. So we take you through the whole process of being on the customer end of the Dream Machine, so you can experience it for yourself, what that looks like to be a customer. So if you haven't done that yet, I highly recommend you do the demo. There's the link. It's dreammachinepro.com/DM-demo. And so if you aren't sure of what you want to, if the Dream Machine is a fit for you or what it does, I think, not me, you said, I think I missed how the system naturally works on autopilot. Yeah, that is pretty much the whole thing. It is an autopilot system. So definitely take that demo so you can experience how it works on autopilot. So those are like the biggest questions that people have been asking about the Dream Machine. Does anybody else have any other questions about the Dream Machine, or about anything we've talked about today, either the Mastermind, or the VIP intensive, or the snapshots that are coming up? I am here at your disposal, and I'm happy to answer those questions for you, if you have them. So I'll give like a minute or so here, before I have to leave to go pick up the kids from school. It's crazy. You know what? I will update you guys on a personal note while you're typing in those questions. So this summer, so you guys know my younger son, Oliver, has Down syndrome. So this summer, we actually also got him evaluated for autism, and he did get diagnosed with autism. So he has DSASD, Down syndrome with autism spectrum disorder. And my gosh, if you've gone through that process, you know, it's a very long, complicated process. But what's amazing about that is, it's opened him up to other therapies, especially ABA therapy. He also, now our insurance will pay for more therapy sessions for him to help him with some things. So we actually made the decision to pull him from school this year and do full-time ABA therapy. So he is at ABA therapy for 40 hours a week, which is unbelievable. But I'm just so excited about it. And I'm hopeful that we're going to see some huge improvement, because honestly, you guys, I've been like white flagging, like I am not equipped here. And these people have master's degrees and know how to work with these children. And here I am, just a normal parent trying to use normal parenting techniques. And he really needs a special way of working with him. So yeah, just so you guys know, that's kind of like updates in our lives and what we've been doing here. I know that many of you have been following me for a long time, and following our life and our process here of, launching Beauty Boss and all of that. And so, you guys are my favorite people. And so, I've missed you all this summer. So, but I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be here with you, and to be live with you. So I think we'll be doing some more of these. I don't have a regular schedule yet, or maybe it'll just be an impromptu. Hey, I'm going to go live tomorrow. So anyway, hopefully this was helpful to all of you. It was just great connecting with you. And if you do have any questions about anything today, feel free to reach out to us, to message us, and to let us know how you're doing and what goals you're working on. And as you know, we are always rooting for you. So awesome, Nami. I'm so glad that you're here. You just found it a day ago. Who knew? Yeah, we've been around, and we're glad to invite you into the Beauty Boss community. So, so excited. So awesome. All right, you guys, please say hi. If you're watching the replay, still say hello in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And again, if you do speak Spanish and are interested in translating the Dream Machine, let us know. We're looking for a translator. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day. Have an amazing weekend. And I'll see you next time. Love you, rooting for you, praying for you.